Good morning. My name is Shawn Woodell from Heavenly Soaps and Such, and today I was going to do a quick Soap Talk Tuesday. I haven't done a Soap Talk Tuesday in quite a while. I've been super busy. I do work full-time and have 3 children and do soaping, and I've also started doing embroidery, and so that has kind of consumed some of my extra time where I used to be able to do videos. But let me just make sure you're recording. Sometimes I have trouble with my my camcorder. So today I was just going to talk about a couple things, and I may have covered some of these in another video. I'm really not sure. But for starters, after every holiday, keep your eyes out on the clearance racks when they mark down all of this stuff, because you will find some nice little things that you can use for soaping. And this is a Wilton spatula. Now this probably won't last. I don't know, this little part here. I don't know. But I'll keep an eye on that and let you know. But it's a really nice Wilton spatula, and I got these for 50 cents. So I got 3 of them. I think, yeah, that was all they had. I bought every one they had. So I got 3 of those. They also had these little silicone molds, and it make a cute little flower, and you could use it for soaping. And I have 4. They only had 4, so I bought 4 of these. I think they were 75 cents each. But I got those. I don't do a lot of cutesy designs, but my plan is this summer to start doing some of that. So I went ahead and got them, even though I probably don't need them and I shouldn't have bought them. I got them anyway. It's $3. But that's a way to kind of save a little bit of money and get some stuff that you would use. Now, I have found that sometimes you end up buying and just buying and buying when you really don't need the stuff. So I've had to kind of take a step back and then say, do I really need this? Am I going to use it? And some things I have actually taken back and said, this was a great deal, but I'm not going to use it. I just need to get it out of the house because of space and stuff starting to pile up. So anyway, keep your eyes out for those kind of things. Also, in one of my videos, I talked about mixing your essential oil blends, and I would assume I don't do fragrance oil blends at all. I only use fragrance oils for one customer for one soap that she requests, and so I'm not sure about fragrance oils. But the essential oils, I mix the blend that I use for my soaps. So this is exactly how much I'm going to need for that soap. I put a letter on the top that corresponds to what I use it for. This is a dry skin blend. I do these in little mason jars or little jars, and I keep them in the box that they came in. And it's a great way for me to save time when I'm in a hurry and I'm trying to make soap. So I'm making 3 batches of dry skin soap this morning, so I pulled these out. These are a blend of lemongrass, lavender, peppermint, and tea tree. So I have those ready because, like I said, I'm fixing to start some soaps. Another thing about and it's not really master batching, but about doing things ahead of time, is I do my soap oils ahead of time, my recipe. And what I do is I use these jugs here. Now these are ones that I've started to, they're empty, and I'm starting to go ahead and fill them up. I'm going to go ahead and get them filled back up today. But what I do is I take them, and it makes it really easy because I can measure one thing, dump it, measure it, dump it, measure it, dump it. I don't really have to kind of think about it a whole lot. It's the same thing in each one. And then I move to the next item. And that way I'm not bringing out oils, putting them up, bringing them out, putting them up. Now if you don't make a lot of soap, I probably wouldn't recommend this. And if you make small batches, you probably need a smaller container. But this pitcher, I think I got these from Dollar General or Walmart. I'm not sure. I think Dollar General maybe. But they work great. I keep the lid on it and keep it in the cabinet. I write what's on here, Now all this stuff I've scratched out is no good anymore, but basically I just write an R for regular soap and an O for organic, because I do 2 different types of soaps. And I do another kind where I have to add pine tar, but I haven't started master batching that. I need to do that though, so I need to try to pick up some containers. But this makes it really super easy for when I'm in a hurry and I want to make soap. I just grab this container and dump it in, you know, scrape it out with my spatula, put the lid back on it. I don't even wash it because there's only oil in here that I use for soap. I don't use it for anything else. So I just pop the lid back on it and I put it right back in the cabinet. And you can stack them on top of each other with the lids on it, so I can do 2 on each thing. And I have 6. 6 of these, so that makes a whole, it does a whole batch of 3 batches, and then it does it all again. So that works wonderfully. Just make sure you label it, because you may forget what it is unless you only make one kind of soap. And if you only make one kind, then I guess you don't have to worry about it. But make sure you label it. You don't want to forget what you've done in here. And another thing that I do is I take the soap scrapings out of the pot when I clean the pot out, and I've gotten everything out. I've already molded everything, and the pot sits and the soap dries, and I just take a spatula, cake knife. Take one of these, and I just run it around that pot, and I put the stuff in here. And this is off of one 3-pot batch. I got that much off of it, and then I just dump this into my rebatch soap when I finally do a whole entire pot of it. And any kind of soap ends you could throw in here if you're not using them. Any kind of soaps that it just didn't sell good, you could dump them in here, and you could make something that's gonna cover up those colors and stuff. So I usually do pine tar or activated charcoal, because that covers up it. And you just have to make sure that you melt it enough that it melts it all down, and the activated charcoal and the pine tar get mixed in with it completely. I was buying my sodium hydroxide and my potassium hydroxide from Essential Depot. I don't anymore, but I do have this left that I'm still using. But I have bought it in bulk. I bought 100 pounds of it, and I just haven't got to it yet. So, but I'm winding down. I think I have one more bottle of this, and then I'm gonna start using that. So buy in bulk if you can. If you can't, then of course you can't. But if you're interested in buying sodium hydroxide, let me know, and I could give you a price. I'll PM you, private message you. You can private message me if you'd like on my Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/Heavenly Soaps and Such. You spell all that out, Heavenly Soaps and Such. And I can let you know about a price for the lot. I don't ship out of the country because of customs and things. I'm not going to get into all that. It's just too time consuming. I really just don't have the time. So I'm only going to ship inside the continental US. So that's a lie. Also another tip I have is when you print out, I use soap calc for my my recipes, and these are usually recipes that I use over and over. It doesn't really matter if you use them over and over or not. But I put them in these little sleeves, because when I have it on the table and I'm sitting things down, if it gets oil or if I accidentally get something on it, I just take my rag and just wipe it off. And I had a piece of soap flying. I just wipe it off, and it keeps it nice and clean versus me having to throw it away and print another one. It just saves some money. Now, I do make notes on them, so if I'm here, I put the date if I did something different, and I put what I did, because I want to be able to go back and say, hey, did that work out the way I wanted, or I'm not going to do that again. And so that's kind of up to you. So like right here, I put the date and how much of a lavender essential oil I used for a certain customer. She bought a half of a batch, and I put that. And that way when I smell, go back and smell it, if it's not quite strong enough, I'll come over here and put not strong enough. Smell not strong enough. And then I'll know next time I need to up it a little bit more. And if I made another soap here, a plain one, I used oatmeal and my super fats. I did not use essential oils or fragrance oils. They didn't want it, but I did use goat's milk. So I kind of, that way if I have a bar left on the shelf, I kind of can go back and look at my notes and remember. So that's kind of up to you. But it is really, really beneficial to take notes. Now this one is not in a sleeve, and you see I have a messed up place on there. But I kind of wrote down here some different things that I used. And this is when I did use fragrance oils, but like I said, I don't really do them anymore. So, but sleeves are nice for keeping them nice and clean. Now, I do have my I do HP for any of you that aren't really familiar with what I do. I normally do hot process. I normally don't do cold process. It's just a personal preference. I have tried cold process. It's okay. I just got used to doing hot process. It's the soap that I enjoy doing. It's the one that I feel like I've really mastered. So that's kind of up to you. I'm not knocking cold process. Please don't leave me any messages. But it is what it is. It's just a personal thing, and you're going to find out with soaping. A lot of times people try to tell you what is definitely right and what is definitely wrong, and some things they're right. Like lye safety, you need to be really, really careful with lye. If you choose not to wear gloves, I don't recommend it, but if you choose not to, that's your decision. There are many people who choose to drive their car and not wear their seatbelt. That's their choice. They're putting themselves at risk, yes, but I mean, I could care less, I'll be honest, if you don't wear your seatbelt. I mean, that's your choice. That's not mine. I wear my seatbelt, but I don't even really give it a second thought if I see someone without a seatbelt. So, I do want to say that I'm not teaching you to not use safety with lye. Please use safety with lye. If you're not used to using lye, wear gloves. Some people go as far to wear face masks, goggles. That's your choice. You know, if you feel that uncomfortable, then in the beginning, I would suggest you do that. Now, as you get a little more familiar with it and using it, and you feel more comfortable, if you choose not to wear those things, that's your choice. I'm not telling you to. And I know I'm kind of stressing this, but you know, I'll be honest, I don't wear gloves unless I'm videotaping, because I'm used to handling it. I have gotten it on my skin before. You know, different people's skin is different. Your skin may be delicate and it might burn you, make sores. I'm not really sure. And it depends on how you handle it, and how maybe if you really made a mess. I've never really made a big mess with my lye. I have gotten it on my hands before. I have gotten a little on my face. It will burn me, but I wash it off real quickly and it doesn't even leave a mark for me. But now you might get a little dot on your hands and you might have a sore. So you just have to figure out what works best for you, and that's kind of what I stress with soaping. What works for one soaper may not work for you. What works for you may not work for me. And so I kind of get a little annoyed with people that just go on and on with people about things. And my thing is, we're all adults. It's our decision. And if you want to do a certain way, just do it. But if something happens, you know, that was your choice. Just do your research. Know the options that are out there. Know that they're, just like with soaps, there's CP and there's HP. Kind of know the difference in them. If you want to try both, try it. You see which one works best for you. But it is a preference on how you do the things that you do in your processes. Some people say, oh, don't cook it to death. I mean, cook it that much. Well, if you cook it that much and it works for you, because I'll be honest, there have been people who've said don't cook it that much, and I've tried it and it didn't work for me. Those soaps did not do well. I had to rebatch them, And then it took me longer than it would if I had just done it the normal amount of time that I normally cook soap. But if it works for them, I'm not going to go back and tell them, oh, you can't do that, that doesn't work. If it works for them, that's great. And as far as if someone says something that I disagree with, I'm not going to go on their page and talk about it and say stuff and comments. I just move along. I mean, if I don't like the way they do things, I just won't watch their videos anymore. If I don't like the way they, they're telling something on Facebook, I just ignore them. I'm an adult. I don't, I'm not going to agree with everything everybody says. I'm not a child. I'm not going to pick, have a tantrum and a fit and carry on. If I don't agree with something you say, I just move on. Now, if I have a question about it, because I'm kind of like questioning, okay, well, why did she do that or what, then I'm going to ask in a respectful way and take the answer. If I agree with it, fine. If I don't, that's fine too. I'm going to move on. But I think that's kind of the problem we have in some of the, with some of the soapers, is they just don't know how to let stuff go and just decide what's best for them. Okay, that was my rant for the day. We'll move on. So this is the cold process large soap that I made, and I also did a hot process and the cold process. I'm going to be comparing these, so look out for that video. I'm going to compare the hot process with the cold process, and I already have the hot process bagged up, but they kind of look almost the same. This one looks a little bit whiter, but the bars and of course the top looks a little different. This one has a smoother, like poured in look, and this has a more rugged look on the top. And that's how I tell them apart, because I can tell which one is which by just looking at the top. But I am going to be comparing these soaps for hardness, for lather, for the way they make my skin feel. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the cold process has about another week to cure. It's nice and hard, but has another week to cure, and then I will be doing that video and comparing those two soaps. So, I think that was all I had, I think, except for I was going to go over an essential oil. I know I have a lot of people asking about essential oils. I really need to do a list, because I can't remember which ones I've done. I know I've done Yang Yang, because I love that essential oil. It is probably my favorite essential oil as far as my personal oil. I really love the smell of that. It helps me relax at night. It helps me sleep. So I really love that. It's an aphrodisiac, but anyway, it's just a great essential oil, and I love that. I use it in soap, and I also use it in a diffuser, which is really nice. But so I know I've done ylang ylang. I think I've done lemongrass, and I think I did peppermint. I really can't remember, so I need to go back and do a little checklist. But I don't think I've done lavender. So I was going to quickly go over lavender. And what I looked up is, I know that lavender's can be considered more of a mild soap, and it's really great for children. You'll see lavender in lots of things for children. But it says on here that it reduces anxiety and emotional stress. It heals burns and wounds. It improves your sleep. It restores your skin complexion and reduces acne. It slows aging with powerful antioxidants. It improves eczema and psoriasis, and it alleviates headaches. So it does say that it does those things. Now, all of these things aren't going to be just soap related, because I use essential oils in my shampoo. I use them in lotions, sugar scrubs, and I diffuse them. So, some of the things may not really apply to what you're using them for. Dr. Axe is a great resource online for giving you health information that you can kind of depend on. And it says the 7 benefits for healing with lavender essential oil. And it talks about the past of it, how the Egyptians used it for mummification and as a perfume. Romans used it for bathing, cooking, and for scenting the air. Mary used it to anoint Jesus with her hair. And researchers say that 2,000 years ago it was used in Syria by the Greek, no, it has a Greek name. Anyway, that really. But today it says it does the things that I just went over. It talks about how it's an antioxidant, and the body's natural response is to create antioxidant enzymes. So lavender smell helps to do that. It prevents free radicals from doing their damage. It says it's a diabetes treatment. That's interesting. And any of these things aren't saying that they prevent it or stop it. It's just a treatment. It can help. But that is really, really interesting. It said they did a 15-day study, and the results observed by researchers were absolutely amazing. Lavender essential oil treatment protected the body from the following symptoms of diabetes. It increased in blood glucose, metabolic disorders, weight gain. It helped with these things. Weight gain, liver and kidney antioxidant depletion, liver and kidney dysfunction, liver and kidney lipoperoxidation. And that's when free radicals steal necessary fat molecules from cell membranes. I have no idea about that. So it improves your mood and supports your brain. So that would be good for soaps, lotions, diffusing it in a diffuser. It's shown to reduce symptoms and development of Alzheimer's disease. They have a bunch of studies on here. They have scientific things. Postpartum women, they found that by diffusing lavender in the home, it had a significant reduction of postnatal depression. So it could even help with depression. It just kind of, and I noticed that with the Yang Lang, or however you say it, that it does change your mood. It's almost like it lifts any kind of heavy burden you have on your mind, or it just kind of gives you a light, refreshing feeling. It just, I don't know how to explain it, but it just improves your overall mood. So, but this is lavender. Sleep disturbances, moodiness, so you could put it in. I have even went to yard sales and bought the children's humidifiers. And you're not really supposed to use essential oils in them, I don't think. Not in the water, but hey, go to a yard sale, get a diffuser for $4, $3 or $4, bring it home. I put essential oils down in the water and run it all night, especially if the one of the children's not feeling great. Or I'll just run it in there, if I'm kind of feeling a little, not sick, but dried, your nose is a little dried out. I'll run it. And you would be amazed at how deeply you sleep. So it says it heals burns and cuts. Okay, skin benefits. It says it's antimicrobial and antioxidant. It says you can actually mix it with aloe and coconut oil, and it's great for your skin. But you can put 10 drops in per 1 ounce of aloe vera oil, and it'll soothe the sunburn. It speeds recovery from canker sores and can prevent allergic reactions. It says it reduces age spots. Try mixing lavender oil and frankincense, and I have never used frankincense essential oil, and I keep saying I want to get some. But you put it on your skin first thing in the morning, right after you shower and right before bed. Success stories of these two oils improving age and sunspots are numerous. I have some customers asking me about age spots and things on their face, so that might be something I need to look into more. Headaches, sleep, insomnia. I know there are some people I've encountered on Facebook that have a lot of trouble sleeping. You might want to check into lavender essential oil. You can use it as a natural perfume. You can use it as an air freshener. I don't buy air fresheners to spray around my house. I take a bottle, mix it about 3/4 with water, put 15 drops of essential oil, 10 drops, it doesn't really matter. Every time I get ready to use it, I shake it and spray it around the house. Now, the only thing I will say is essential oils sometimes can mess the pump up over time, But you know, those plastic spray things are $1, and you know, it usually takes a long time for it to mess up. So I just throw the top away and get another one. But it saves me from having to buy those sprays in the store where they have all those toxic chemicals in it, and you're spraying it around the house and breathing it into your lungs. That's another. But if you buy, I'm not saying don't buy spray air fresheners. I'm not. That's just a personal preference. If you buy them, I don't have a problem with it. I just don't. But you can make it yourself for pennies, and it's healthy for you. It says you can use it for chemical-free lip balm. You can use it for stomach discomfort. It does say careful with pregnant women and children, certain age children. I'm trying to see if they have an age. It does say lavender can have effects on hormone levels, can be harmful to boys who have not yet gone through poverty. And then it says young children. So use that at your own discretion. Use a little bit of research on that. Do some research. I mean, don't just jump out and use it without really looking into it. But, so it's very calming for your skin. It's healing. It helps with dry skin, cuts, scrapes, burns, sunspots. It does help with eczema and psoriasis, which is the main reason that I use it. It does heal, it calms. It helps calm those conditions down. So it's great for that. And it smells wonderful. So that's essential. That is lavender essential oil. So I think that's it for today. I will try not to wait so long before I do another Soap Talk Tuesday. But again, I have been super busy, and I wanted to, but they slow me down a lot. But anyway, I enjoy making them for you, so I'm going to try to do that again soon. Just bear with me. My circumstances as far as work are about to change, so I'm going to have more time to do some of this stuff that I love doing. But I'm going to make dry skin, eczema dry skin soap today, so check out that video later when I get it posted. Also, don't forget to check out my lard comparison between the HP and the hot process. Check out my Facebook page, www.facebook.com/heavenly soaps and such. If you're interested in purchasing any of my products, you can message me on Facebook or message me on YouTube, and we'll exchange emails or something and get back. And talk about something. But I do sell soaps, lotions, shea butters, sugar scrubs, bath bombs. I don't sell shampoo because I just don't have time to really. And shampoo's real finicky with people's hair being different, so I just haven't delved into doing that. I do sell lye. I sell citric acid if you're interested in that for bath bombs. And I do sell bags, the little bags that I actually put my soaps in. So if you're interested in any of those things, let me know. Also check out my embroidery videos. I am doing embroidery, and I also sell shirts and things for children, adults, babies, and I do all kinds of different, anything embroidery that you would want. We just finished Easter, and I did a lot of bunnies, but I actually just finished 2 bunnies for one of my customers, and it wasn't for Easter. It was just a gift for her nephews with some quilts she made, and those just got shipped out yesterday to Kentucky. So hey, Rolanda, I hope those little guys enjoy those bunnies. But if you need anything, just let me know. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.